Woman distraught over having to take driver's license test in English.
Yeah, because they launched a new rule where they have to redo their driver license things. Because the people who got the recently, they have to redo it in
Good.
English. So now they're all frustrated.
Good. This is a one language nation. Good.
This is the kind of video that I need to put a disclaimer on. Caution! These stories will almost certainly make you cry. You see, there's a new rule to get a driver's license in Florida.
Starting tomorrow, only drivers that speak English will be allowed to take the license exams.
And be
Good.
She's crying about
Good.
it.
Good. It's that simple. This nation speaks English. That's it. That's it. There should be no other signs. There should be no other. It always annoys me when I walk into a building and then you see those like caution signs on the ground and it has caution and then cuidado underneath. It was like, of course I know what that means. I grew up speaking Spanish, but it's just like, why is that there? Why is that there? It should only read caution. If the Mexican is dumb enough not to be able to read English at this point in time, living in the United States, they should get out of here. And my dad would agree.
Yeah.
It's just that simple.
He told me the story that when he went for his driver's license, he was given an option if he wants to do it in Spanish, and he chose to do it in English because he's in
America.
the USA.
Yeah, it's just being respectful to the nation.
Yeah, and many times he would be asked to get a translator.
Yeah.
For things,
'Cause
and
his
he's
English
like,
was bad back in the day.
yeah, but he was
Still
like,
is.
I can talk in English just fine, and you know the translators get paid $48 an hour just to translate, and father was basically like, oh, give me the money, I'll translate for myself.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Yeah, it's just like you go to a nation, you just want to like sure, it sounds rude, but I'm coming from it from like a logistical standpoint. I mean, I'd want to learn Hindi if I was living in India. I mean, still want to learn it to begin with. But then again, I'd probably go to the southern India and I'd start speaking Hindi and everyone would look at me like I'm an idiot.
Yeah.
So
True.
it'd be easier just to speak English.
Yep.
26 met Daniela crying in the hallway outside a Miami tax collector's office. She was excited to pick up her driver's license, but that excitement turned to sorrow.
Yeah, you said tell me?
I did a course and I passed my driver's license exam, but I was just told I need to take my test again. But there are no appointments left for the day.
They have to translate for her. Do I have AI on? Is that what's translating for her? Oh yeah, it's auto-generated. You know, the English subtitles are auto-generated. It's not the language.
They did it for the news because not many people know what she's saying.
Yeah, I was just like, wait a minute, that's no. She wouldn't be able to speak English. Let's be honest.
Therefore, I need to take it tomorrow, which means I will have to take it in English. I don't speak English. It's hard because we try to do everything the right way. And every day, it gets harder for us.
Imagine moving to another country and demanding their tests be in the language of your choice. The absolute audacity.
Oh my gosh. Oh my
crying.
gosh. Yeah. These people are upset because they never bothered to learn the language of the nation they're in. Yes, I understand it's difficult. Language is difficult. Language is absolutely annoying. But guess what? If you're immersed in it, if you're surrounded by it, like heck, I was in India for almost a month and I was understanding the majority of what was being said by the time I left. No, I couldn't speak it because my tongue doesn't work that way, but I was understanding what was being said. And then I leave, I'm gone long enough, and it all just slips out of my head because I'm not immersed in it. If I was watching movies or shows continuously, it would have remained with me. But that's the thing. You're in America. You're surrounded by English speakers. How the heck have you not picked it up?
Well, that's why I don't like the close-knit communities because what they do is isolate themselves because she probably lives in an area where everybody speaks her native tongue, so she never felt the need to actually learn English.
Yeah. That's one thing I'm against. I believe that people should move into a community and be a part of the community, not have their own community outside of the nation they're in. I reacted to that one video where it's like in Texas, they have that massive Telugu speaking area, and they have festivals and everything. But
And
guess
they
what?
have a specific school that teaches them the whole thing.
Yep, which I was against. But the only thing I was like, they would have festivals, but guess what? They would ask the city for permission to host festivals. And it's like, okay, good. The police force is notified. Nothing's going to go wrong. But it's just like they have schools that speak only the language, and it's like, what? You're in America. You're in America.
Yeah. Okay.
I don't think that is fair.
Not fair, says Freddy Velasquez, the 35-year-old Honduran man.
Pero, a ver, en inglés, por tema de seguridad, ¿y por qué desde ahora?
If it's a security issue, Adriel Ortiz asks, why now then? Others off camera told us this is simply racist. The governor has been clear.
How is that racist?
Yes. No, I'm in full agreement. Yes.
No, it's not racist.
Yes. Absolutely.
No.
We're ostracizing them because they don't speak America's
But
language.
it's not about race.
No, it has nothing to do with race,
No.
but at the same time, they don't belong here if they don't choose to embrace the culture
Culture,
here.
yeah.
It's that simple. It's that simple. And if you don't feel uncomfortable, guess what? They could always go back home.
Mm-hmm.
It's that simple. It's that simple. It's like I find that argument so freaking ridiculous. It's like you get those people who are just like, no, we have to take care of them. We have to take care of them. We have to pander to them. No. They're adults. They can learn a language, or guess what? They can go back home. Oh, they were born here? And they didn't learn any other language besides Spanish being born in the United States? Well, that sounds like a massive problem in the education system, which
And
it
that
absolutely
sounds like
is.
very privileged behavior.
Yep. And the parents as well. That sounds like a massive problem. A massive problem, which is why we need to force the correction. Yes, a correction. We need to have these people who had never spoke English in their life and were born here to learn English.
It's a safety issue, and people need to be able to read the road signs.
We also recently had some sob stories around trucking licenses.
Under the new rules, non-citizens will not be eligible for a commercial driver's
Good.
license or CDL unless they get a costly employment-based visa and undergo mandatory federal immigration status checks.
Yeah.
Well, it makes sense because the two biggest newsworthy crashes with semis recently, just last year, were both Sikhs.
Yeah. And the thing is, like, for them, it makes sense because you're responsible for a giant vehicle. And if you can't read the street signs, you can't read where you're going, and you're just driving on impulse.
Yeah, and if
You're
you don't
putting
know the
a
rules
lot
of the road,
of people's lives at risk.
Yeah. And people in the U.S. don't drive like they do in India. Like for those two Sikhs, they are not expecting a random car to drive out of nowhere. Like in India, that everyone's observant. Everyone's observant because you don't know if a car is going to come out or a truck's going to come out of nowhere and force an opening. That doesn't happen here. So they're not watching the road as thoroughly. Just imagine a car, you're just driving straight and a car pulls right out in front of you without signaling you. In India, guess what? Everyone knows to slow down and stop because they were waiting for it. In the US, nobody's waiting for it because that just doesn't happen. It just doesn't happen.
Last week, Vivek Sharma went to the DMV to renew his trucking license, but he was denied. The problem? New rules surrounding the process. Sharma's been in the U.S. legally for the past 10 years, seeking political asylum. His final court case is next year. He's been driving the truck for the past 8 years, but now he can't.
8 years driving a truck in the U.S. No English.
Yep.
When asked what comes next, he says he's worried. Trucking paid well. The sudden stop and
He's like,
even speak English.
He's like, I'll look for some local
Is
jobs.
this a joke? We're really supposed to feel bad that Vivek can't send money back to India?
Now he will have to.
Yep. That's the same argument I have. It's just like people come here and then they send money back home, which ruins our economy. And that's it's the truth. It's the truth. You have to add money back to the system. He's not technically a U.S. citizen. So there's that. He doesn't speak the language. Yeah. He's sending everything he makes back home. And guess what? None of that is getting added back to our economy here, which just puts the nation in the red.
And
even
he's seeking
more.
political asylum.
Yeah. From what?
I don't know.
From what? I mean,
can people do that?
Yeah,
I could
they
have
can
just
claim,
easily done the political asylum.
People can claim political asylum, but Trump has put a stop to that because look at Britain. All the people there are there under political asylum because they just go there and claim it.
Yep.
Start over.
Why doesn't he do that
Why it's a useless language of a useless evil country. What?
Oh, Mandarin.
Oh, Mandarin is necessary. Yeah, yeah, true.
India. His family's there.
I'll
right?
just use
They
sign
report the
language
sad story
at that
as if
point.
In China.
Yeah.
Go to China. Go like food,
Food, and pack the food.
This didn't just happen in full view of the entire country.
The DOT report says the driver was tested.
It's funny how we just talked about it, but yeah, this is one of them. Nobody's watching something like that.
Sitting
Yeah, he's not caring, and he's just like, oh, how did they not see me pull in front of them?
Because in India, like, there is a thing where if somebody killed somebody, it's not a severe crime.
Yeah, here it is.
Yeah.
Here it is, because there's rules to the road. There is rules to the road, and you need to be able to actually follow them. Sending back home is fine if you work at Google as a software engineer. That way you pay half of your 30K salary back as taxes and send like 10K back to parents as but trucker. Well, yeah, like I'm all for like the H-1B visa. The problem is I have issue when people become like a lifelong employee off an H-1B visa when in the end, you know, the majority of those funds are being sent back. I think there should be like you give people the opportunity with an H-1B visa where they have the job, they work it for 4 years, and they can enlist to become like a permanent resident. Or guess what? They head back home, and then they already have 4 years of American experience at a big tech company. They're hireable anywhere in India. Even though the U.S. isn't really that great, but they're hireable anywhere in India because it just looks good on a resume. So in the end, it's a win-win for them.
Yep.
But the U.S. needs a win from it as well. So sending money back is okay for 4 years, but eventually you should at least see the potential of becoming a citizen. Their social media works differently.
To China.
Oh, China? Yeah, China's absolutely.
And he could not identify 3 or 4 road signs.
They did an English test and he failed abysmally, not even close. But how ridiculous is it that somebody would get a commercial driver's license who doesn't understand the language of this country?
Of course, for this story to tug on your heartstrings, it requires its viewers to be completely ignorant of this.
The cheating scheme centered in Jacksonville. The men went in here, the DMV on Roosevelt, to take the CDL test to drive a truck. But they are rigged up with equipment to get their answers.
What?
And you see the actual apparatus that he's wearing. He has a chest harness that actually holds the phone.
A red iPhone in the harness, and under a t-shirt, you see the hole right there? So he comes in this t-shirt with a hole cut in it.
Yes.
Now watch this. In a video
So someone's taking the test for them.
Ah.
That's what's happening. Someone's taking the test for them. They need to shut down all this.
Dude, at this point, just learn English.
Yeah. Yeah.
From the DMV, this man opening his shirt. Well, somebody outside in
It's
a
like they're
parking lot
going
can
way
read the test
complicated things where they could just learn their ABCs.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, that's the thing. It's like I would never expect to get hired in India unless I could speak the local language. That's just it just seems like common sense. Like the local native tongue, which would be depending on state, depending on village, would really change.
Okay, so when I was studying in Punjab, we had to take Punjabi as a compulsory subject.
Yeah, because you're in
and
Punjab.
I learned ABCs, like their
their
alphabets, and it wasn't just like a normal one. We had to go through the history, the folk songs, the folk stories, the festivals, the type of different Punjabi languages based on each sectors, like, and about the history of their gurus, about the history of their religion. I could easily say that that's got nothing to do with my degree, but since I lived there, I had to go by their rules.
Yeah,
and it wasn't an optional subject. It was compulsory. The numbers were added to my overall grade.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's just
You do what you gotta do.
It's not just about, oh, we're moving to US and somehow we're privileged. No, even if in India you move from one state to another, there are certain things that you gotta do.
Yeah, it's just you're going there. You have to do it. Like these people need to be incarcerated and detained, put in jail for years. That's just what has to happen. They have to be put. Bro, I worked at Google at Cali. Ooh, congratulations. Not so much California, but Google, then moved to EU. Not so good. And building EU tech now. It's a loss for America no matter how you slice it. They can't backfill because it may seem easy, but you don't have that many. Yeah, there aren't many experts. Like the American school system's an absolute failure. The American college system is an absolute failure. No one actually learns anything there. So that's absolutely believable, which is why they try to get people from outside that actually know everything. But the thing is, if the people from outside don't wish to commit to the nation, then it's a loss anyway, especially when there's millions upon millions, like 100 million Indians willing to take up the job.
Yeah.
Who have to attack, so they could just have a revolving door of H-1B visas. They could just have a revolving door of H-1B visas. Biggest issue in India is pride in local languages. Yes, that is true. It's a total mess and completely backward. Yeah. That's why I always joke about how the India's native language is English.
Yeah, because like I was lucky because I am a fast learner, so I was able to learn the language fast, and then I had a lot of friends, so I would just force them to read that to me because I learned better when I'm listening. So I would just listen to the whole story and then make up whatever. I would still score good marks, but yeah. But there are some people that got backlogged because they couldn't understand a single word.
Yeah.
And then they got the supplement.
Oh,
they had to retake. They had to retake. There was like one girl who failed like 3 times, and there are only 3 turns that you get because after that you have to repeat the whole course. So she got stuck in there because she just couldn't understand it enough to pass the exam because it was compulsory.
Yeah. When you leave your country and work in another, you have to be loyal and thankful to whatever country has given you. Yes. Like I remember watching Railwaymen, that series, and oh my gosh, like I did a watch along for it, and like my understanding was like the only reason America opened a plant there was because it was cheaper and you didn't have to follow American laws. And the person there, the American there, just hated being there. He saw everyone there as lesser than him. He never bothered trying to get to know anyone. It was ridiculous. You have to be thankful to the place that's given you an opportunity. Even though it was an American-based company, he was the head of the entire plant, and he was unhappy about it. If you want to learn English, at least hire a native English speaker with a nice accent. Hate me if you want, but Indian accents are jarring to hear. Yes, my wife hates me when I do an Indian accent.
You're not even Indian. You don't have an Indian accent.
Everyone can do an Indian accent, okay? Everyone can do an Indian accent. It's a very overdone cliche here in the U.S. You can watch it's even in what was it? The Big Bang Theory. Where the guy takes the Indian's phone and he starts doing like a Indian accent and then immediately is able to talk with the person in India. Just like, yes, everyone can do it. But yeah, like my wife, amazing in English, but there are some words that she didn't understand or didn't know how to pronounce.
Kutrapali. That's a guy.
What?
From the
Oh,
Big
yeah,
Bang.
yeah.
Raj. And they would always say Raj.
Raj.
Because they can't say Raj.
Raj.
Uh-huh.
Oh. What about U.S. companies went other countries and invest earnings in USA? Well, the thing is, like a lot of the stuff that's built outside of the USA, like that's why we need to bring plants back, because the job force is just non-existent here in the West. Absolutely non-existent. So we need to bring companies back in order to get the brain-dead Americans to work. That's just what needs to happen. But the reason why companies went outside was primarily because cheap labor.
Yeah.
It was cheap labor. Dude was amplifying every stereotype, but it was funny. It was funny. Like the stereotypes.
Well, he was paid for it.
Yes,
so.
and stereotypes exist for a reason. You can't say it wasn't funny. Like I'm pretty sure every single white Californian girl in every single, it's always that, oh my gosh, let's all do something stupid together. It's always the same. It's funny for a reason. It's funny for a reason.
Yeah, but I think like before social media, I could agree with it. But now with social media and everybody having access to internet and everybody watching English videos and songs, so the accent has somehow become not accenty.
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah, because like now everybody just talks. Sure, there is some Indian way of speaking English, but it's not like the stereotypical English that
the
people
classic.
say. Yeah.
Yeah. You definitely can't bring back manufacturing unless you become communist and capitalist. Cheap labor wins. Well, that's primarily why the tariffs are whatever, because in the end, if we're buying something from another nation, it gets tariffed ridiculously to where we end up making a profit and bringing some money back into the U.S., which is the whole thing is kind of backwards, because there was no way. The only way you can really the only way a communist nation works or a socialist nation works is with slave labor. That's the only way. That's the only way it can possibly work. You need a low income denominator. Like if you look at China, it has a massive slave labor. It has a massive amount of Muslims and a massive amount of Christians in camps doing slave labor, as well as like a few of the people that disagree with the government. Like this is just factual. It's absolutely factual. The only way to make a socialist nation run is to have cheap labor. And the thing is, with technology kind of taking the roles, we are getting cheap labor. Eventually, the technicians will be the machines will be doing all the jobs. That how the heck will people be making money? That in the end, we will have to be pushed into somewhat of a socialist society, but there should always be more of a benefit to those who work. And anyone who just doesn't, they get like meal loaf, like a piece of bread that sustains them for the entire day. That would be it. And maybe a place to sleep as soon as they become adults. That's it. That's it. If they want anything more, they have to provide to society, or they have to do something.
Yeah.
That would be the only way for it to work.
We Indians never judge Westerners for their accent. We appreciate if you can only speak one word in Hindi or any Indian language. That is true, that is true. Because every time he goes to, our house, and all the relatives like gather around and ask him question, and if he says a little bit, they're like extremely proud of him.
Yeah.
Especially my uncle.
Yeah. Matt Chahu.
Yes.
Yes. I've learned a bit. But it's funny.
What's a bit?
Tori tori.
Yeah.
Mira Hindi tori tori.
What?
Bolta hun?
मैं
Bolta me?
No,
मैं
थोड़ी
मैं
हिंदी
tori
बोलता
tori.
हूँ.
मैं tori Hindi bolta hun. Okay, close enough. Close enough.
Close enough.
Again, I haven't spoken it since I was last in India.
That was a long time ago. You're saying as if it was like
it was
10 years.
October. It was
No.
October, not the November, because I didn't speak any Hindi in November. It was October was the last time, and I only spoke a few words.
Okay.
Yeah. Communism is a virus. Yeah. It's a brain worm, because everyone likes the idea of free. Like free. Nothing's free.
Yeah.
On the screen in English, and then tell them through this earpiece in their language.
This is happening all over the country.
Why was it in Russian? Auto-translated in Russian. I'm like,
Oh my gosh. I don't know what this is.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
That was the end of the video?
That was the end of the video
This is the kind of
with the Mexican not being able to speak English. What the heck? It jumped all over the place.
Yeah.
But yeah, like people, if you go to a nation, you just need to at least learn the language.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you have to learn the language. You have to at least understand the language and be respectful for while you're there. Because you can't claim that you don't know the laws. Like there are certain laws that are just absolutes. Absolutes that you need to know.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutes that you need to know.
At least he's trying. Don't judge, sister. Of course, I'm gonna judge.
When
I try to speak Mexican, he laughs at me.
You've heard my dad try to speak English. My dad can't even speak English properly. Hearing his accent is just so. Don't you think it's like nice to the ear to hear him talk?
Well, sometimes I have to be like, oh, what you
Yeah,
say?
yeah.
And then mother translates it for me. She's
yeah.
like, oh, this is what he says. I'm
It
like,
just feels so
"Oh."
nice. Like, but that's where I realized I got
But
my
it's
habit.
cute. It's
yeah,
cute.
I got a habit from my father where I say what even when I understand, because my father just started saying that all the time. Even when he understood eventually, it was just a habit that was ingrained because he was so used to us speaking, or my mother speaking and him not understanding, that he would just instinctively say what. And while he said what, his brain finally processed it. So I started picking that up. Like my wife will say something and I'll say what. and then I know what she said, but I just say what because it was just processing. It was just processing, and it's just habitual at this point.
Yeah.
Because I took it after my father.
Okay.
Why should they speak anything except English? Dude, become a superpower, then we'll speak Hindi or whatever. I get it. Well, the thing is, like, India doesn't have an actual language. That's the issue. Like, it's India's
well, it
language.
has tons of languages as actual language. Like
India's language is
language.
English. Let's just be honest. India's language is English now. That's just what it is. It's what's spoken in politics. It's what's spoken around the nation. Yes, you'll have more, but it's what's the dominant language. That's the problem. It is the dominant language. Sure, the rural areas don't, but the people of power, the people of note,
but in
the
rural
police
areas,
officers,
if somebody knows just a little bit English, they're considered like
well-educated,
super educated. And I'm like, well, that's not how it works.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, so even when India becomes a world power, it's not going to have a set language.
Yeah.
You guys got a video? It's so bad.
And don't forget to like and subscribe.
Wait, like that.